John sat on the edge of the old bridge, gazing into the calm river. Life had not been kind lately. His startup had failed, his friends moved on, and his father's constant disappointment weighed heavily on his heart. "Why does nothing work out for me?" he muttered. "If God has a plan, it sure feels like a cruel one." Just then, Mira, his childhood friend and a local schoolteacher, passed by and stopped. "You okay, John?" He forced a smile. "Yeah, just thinking." Mira sat beside him. "Do you know what we tell our students when they struggle? That God's plan is like a mosaic. Up close, it's just broken pieces. But when you step back, it's a masterpiece." John scoffed, "Sounds poetic, but life's not a painting." Later that evening, Mira took him to a nearby chapel where Pastor Elijah was giving a small talk. The elderly man looked frail, but his voice was strong and clear. "Sometimes, what feels like rejection is actually redirection. God does not waste pain. He shapes it into purpose." John didn't believe it. Not yet. But the words stuck in his heart. Months passed. John, with Myra's encouragement, volunteered at the local school to teach underprivileged kids. One day, he taught a boy who couldn't read and was mocked by others. John stayed after class every day, helping him slowly learn. That boy eventually won a state-level spelling competition. The joy John felt that day was deeper than any business success he had ever imagined. He started a free weekend learning center with Mira. Soon, it grew into a full community education initiative, funded by donations and supported by local leaders. People began to call him the light of hope in the slums of their city. Even Kennedy, his stern father, visited one day, and with tears in his eyes said, "Son, maybe your failures were just God's way of pointing you to your real calling." 1 year later, John stood in front of hundreds at a community celebration. He said, "A year ago, I thought God had forgotten me. But today, I realize, He was just building me. Every closed door, every no, was part of His plan. And now, I thank Him not just for the blessings, but for the breaks, because they led me here." Moral: God's plan is rarely understood in the moment. But in time, the pain, detours, and delays come together to reveal a greater purpose. Trust the process, because even broken pieces can build something beautiful.